We are only 2 months into 2025, and so much has already happened, from the deadly plane crash, the federal workforce layoffs, and all of the executive orders coming down every single day. It can be a lot to take in, and we want to talk about the impact that this is all having on our mental health and help you find some resources if you need it. Joining us this morning is Huma Fatakia. She is a holistic trauma therapist and CEO and founder of Sage and Fifth Therapy Place. Thanks so much for being with us.
Of course, yeah.
This first couple of months in 2025, they've just felt really heavy. When we're talking about the political climate right now and just kind of everything happening so quickly, federal workers impacted, what are you kind of seeing as far as some of your clients and the demand for people who are seeking some mental health help?
Yeah, it's been really hard times for people. We're seeing a lot of increased anxiety, a lot of anticipatory fears about people who have lost their jobs but are bracing to lose their jobs. So there's a lot of distress. And, we were seeing this happen right after the election. We saw a lot of anxiety set in for people and a lot of fears about what's going to happen. And then we spent a couple of months, kind of like dealing with it, a lot of weeks kind of working on that. But now it's a lot worse. A lot of people losing their jobs. A lot of people, not feeling safe just because of the, rollback of the DEI initiatives, and it feels like a culture war on, the LGBTQ folks and the BIPOC community. So it's been really hard for our clients. We're seeing a lot of distress.
Yeah, and when we talk about this constant uncertainty, talk about the impact that has on one's mental health, and how do you kind of go about dealing with that?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a threat to your system. So biologically, when you face a threat, and specifically after you've tried to fight off the threat and the threat, did not go away, then you kind of go into like a fawn or freeze response. And that's when we see a lot of helplessness set in. Yeah. So a lot of folks might be feeling, sleep disturbances, exhaustion, brain fog, lack of motivation. And there's some people who are still fighting and are still, fighting the fight of making a change happen, but that helplessness can be really debilitating.
Yeah. So I know you have been kind of taking the lead on kind of putting all these resources in one place. I think finding a therapist, it can seem overwhelming. I mean, you Google it and a million things show up. So talk about the resources, and I mean, we're talking about either very low cost or free mental health resources all in one place for DMV residents.
Yes. So of course, there's lots of great community mental health resources available, but this is a resource that's a listing of therapists in DC who are in private practice. You go to their office, you see them, you have the comfort and safety to talk about what's going on. And a lot of therapists in DC are now offering free or pro bono services or reduced fee, like $30 or $40 a session. Because typically what happens is when you lose your job, you lose your insurance, or your insurance changes and now you can no longer afford the therapy you had before. So we really want to make it easy for people to get the support that they need. I mean, these are really hard times, and the therapist community in DC have always been on the front lines helping support the community, and we still want to be doing that. So, we're working with a lot of therapists and pulling together a list. So the list also has different sections. If you lost your job, there's somebody on the list who's offering low-cost services and is going to be specialized to help you deal with that uncertainty and that distress. And then if you're an LGBTQ person or you're in the BIPOC community, there's resources available for you specifically. And obviously the DCA plane crash too, there's a lot of grief resources. So the Skating Club of Northern Virginia has also put together some resources that are also in that sheet. So we really want to make it easy for you.
Okay, well, we really appreciate it. And I know so many people have been, stepping up, including the therapist community. So really appreciate it. One more time for people who are looking to get those resources, where can they go?
So it's sageandfifttherapy.com / mental health Washington, DC.
All right. And again, that link is up right now for anyone interested in getting some help. And we also have this posted on our website for you at WUSA9.com.